July 25th, 2025. What a day. Every day in the life of Kai Mills since I've been a ratified candidate for the coalition has been, I wish I had more time to spend. One of the rare nights, last night I was hotel, but 9:30. And the night in Abaco looked strange. I was out again tonight, got home at 9:30. I was invited to a men's meeting at a church with one of my favorite pastors, and watch his ministry grow. And I just said, how could somebody leave a ministry that's growing to try to run for the F&M? Something is not right. But in this meeting, I sit for about an hour, listening to what was said. And one of the young men that were there were telling the other people that don't know my history of my basketball days, how I won championship right in the Ocean View Park. We brought the country and we beat the best in the country on several occasions to win the National Basketball Association Championship for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And Kai Mills was the coach. And the pastor asked me, what happened? Why did I quit? I said, jealousy is like a seed of witchcraft. You do it because God gave you the talent, and once you know your worth, and God is before you, and God is for you, who could be against you? But it comes a time when, in small town, to understand that you know your talent, you know your worth, and you have some people like a sucking fish. They just sucking on to you. And when they feel they can do better, they unleash and try to take it over. That's what happened all through my life. You know that you have the talent. Others just trying to get the fame. They want to get famous without putting in the work. I put in the work, not even trying to get famous, just trying to put in the work because God has given me the talent. And the pastor heard about my history, some of it he knows, but he didn't know all of it, like the young man that were in there that sit at the table with me many times. And I told him, there's a pastor that said to his member, in order to make a difference, you have to be able to sit at the table. I said, yes, but your pastor didn't tell you, and continue with what he said. You could sit at the table, but if you don't have anything between your ears, you might well not sit at the table. You have to have something to offer, because they talking about A's and you down by Z. You got to be able to keep up and to be able to have the internal fortitude to speak without fear or favor. That's what happened tonight in that meeting. I'm glad that I attended. I'm doing what I'm doing because I have worth. And just ask yourself, if Kai Mills was not running for the Coalition of Independence for North Abaco, what choice do you have? One of the choices that are there were there during Hurricane Dorian, during the worst time of our life, and ask the people of Copistan, North Abaco, what did that candidate do while they had the government power? They treat us like dog. They didn't consider us during the worst time of our lives. The materials were hitting. They give the material to whoever they wanted, not the necessary people that ought to have gotten it. Ask yourself, There's a hurricane out there now. Which candidate would you like to be? Would like to have in charge of North Abaco if a hurricane were to hit again? Would you like an F&M candidate? We had one of them. We had a PLP candidate now after the hurricane. What have they done? We had the both of them. And Kai Mills collectively have been doing and is doing more than they have done right on the phone. They have the power, had the power, and they never cared. Kai cares. That's why he's here, 9:30 at night, thanking the pastor for allowing me to speak in his church. And I know from what I left there that I still have worth. I still have passion. That's what I'm bringing to the table for North Abaco, because Kai still cares. Without Kai, the young people is officially finished in North Abaco. Without Kai, the district shall and will not have a spokesman for another 5 years. Because of Kai, the young people can be energized. The future looks bright. The district looks bright just because Kai cares. That's why he's here. Vote for Kai. Coalition of Independent North Abaco. Your future depends on it. Kai cares.